7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, ready?
Go for it.
What is your best advice for preventing shin splints?
Shin splints is not the most common injury, so I'm assuming if someone is asking that, it's someone that's had it in the past.
Yes, probably.
In which case, it's probably form related for the most part. I mean, you can try different shoes or different footwear, but form is probably the biggest thing.
What's the most economical and efficient type of strength training?
It's for a runner, obviously. I don't think runners need to be able to lift huge amounts of weight. I think there's a big misconception where runners don't lift because they think that by lifting they're going to get huge.
Bulk up.
And they don't want to bulk up and they don't want
get
to
the gains.
Yeah, they don't want them gains, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you're still running 5 days a week, lifting one day, just is not going to do that. It's not enough times to bulk up. And to bulk up, you need to be eating more calories than you're expending.
Gotcha.
Which if you're running that many days a week, probably ain't happening.
No.
You don't need to be able to deadlift, 2.5 times, 3 times your body weight, but you need to be able to get your ass across that finish line without crumbling and falling apart. So most of the strengthening I do is relatively lightweight or body weight exercises with high reps.
Can you run with a meniscus issue?
Theoretically, it depends on where the meniscus is torn and what type of tear. Meniscus injuries are ones that I kind of can be tricky to deal with because they don't heal very well on their own. So PT for them is mainly sort of loosening the muscles around it and strengthening the muscles around it to provide more dynamic stability. If it doesn't irritate you, then it should be fine, and the odds of you making it worse are pretty slim, but there's also the chance that it'll hurt. Probably not making it sound worse, it's just irritating the area and going to swell up and not feel good.
What can I do to get past knee pain?
It depends on why your knee is hurting, so you have to look for the real source of the pain. It's very rarely an issue of the knee itself. It's almost always either hip or ankle. So it can be one of the two, and obviously you need someone that knows what they're doing to kind of decide and figure out which or why it's happening.
Not Google. Don't self-diagnose.
Don't self-diagnose. But yes, foam rolling is generally like your first line of defense against knee pain, mainly for your quads and the outer quad.
I'll throw this question in. How many days a week should people be foam rolling?
I treat foam rolling like a hierarchy with your exercise, your cross training, and your level or status of injury. So for me, who I don't really run, more than 2 or 3 times a week, and I do a bunch of other stuff. I lift.
Get the gains.
I get the gains. And I also don't have any pain.
Yeah.
I don't need to foam roll every single day. If you have pain, automatically foam rolling should move up on that list of how often you do it, probably every day, if not more.
Can you tell how often I've been foam rolling?
So little. If you're the type of person that thinks you could run 6-7 days a week and do nothing else other than running, you're gonna have a bad time. So
yeah.
Increase foam rolling to at least 3 or 4 times that week.
Here's a question that is not on this, but that I just thought of and that I think would be pertinent to what we're talking about. Can you explain mobility, flexibility, and stability? Because I feel like those are terms that are thrown around on websites all the time.
Wait, you said mobility, flexibility, and stability. Mobility and flexibility are sort of the same thing. I mean, they're technically the same thing in my head. Personally, I just associate, I guess, mobility more with like a joint, and flexibility more with muscle, which, muscles go around joints, so it's sort of the same thing anyway. And the stability is just your dynamic strength for the most part. So when you're walking or running or going up and down stairs, are you stable on that leg, or is it like flopping around?
Comes to form, I guess.
Giraffe.
Like me. Okay.